Hey, y'all. I'm blind as a bat, y'all. Hey, Cynthia Murray, PNG. Hey, Don Play, New Amsterdam. We trust. Hello again. Hey, Don Play. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna wait till a couple more people come in, and then I'm gonna get this started. So, all right, y'all. So I've been debating. Hey, Belinda Carr. I've been debating on how I'm going to proceed with, for as, I guess you could say, prepping and our eating habits to go with the prepping. Because I don't know about y'all, but I cannot prep for so many different areas. Okay. That's just way too much money. That's way too much time. So overlooking things this morning, I really wanted to do pescatarian. Y'all know I've been a flexitarian for a while and was trying to get back into it, this, that, and the other before, I had got down a little bit. But this morning, so let me just go and say this. A pescatarian is a person that eats eggs, honey, and dairy, but they only eat fish and shellfish. A flexitarian is a person that can indulge in any meats as they want to. Okay, so you kind of like set your thing there. Can anybody hear me? Might just be me, but I can't hear you. You may have to go out and go back in, North Carolina Gardener. Okay, because Cynthia says she can hear me. So you probably have to come out, honey, and go back in. So y'all already know my kids have GERD and stuff. And I'm trying to start getting the prepper pantry stuff back together. With me and not having a gallbladder and still having GERD, I wanted to do pescatarian, which I asked the kids and they was down for it. But then what's bothering me is a pescatarian won't have chicken, but they can have eggs. And I'm like, if something happened and we got to fall back, y'all get what I'm saying? Then our bodies ain't going to be used to not having chickens or whatever, chicken in it or whatever. So a lot of these things is titled, either you're a vegetarian or you're a vegan or you're a flexitarian or you're a pescatarian and whatever else. And I feel like each one of us know what our situation is when it comes to our health and this, that, and other. And I'm going to say this. Some people may not want to hear this. A lot of people just go with the flow. They eat whatever they want. They put whatever in their mouth and they complain about it later. I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to be that type. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to eat to live, okay? Not live to eat. So when we prepping, we want to make sure that we are putting things back that we can eat. If you already know you have a health situation or whatever, then you don't want to prep the wrong things. So I'm to the point to where can I be a flexitarian for one day? Sure. If that's my choice, because it's my choice. Instead of putting stipulations on it where I take chicken completely out, because chicken has been kind of not digesting well with me over the past couple of days. And I think it's because we've been eating a lot of chicken, the rotisserie chicken. But also, too, we have to look at when we buy chicken and stuff, it has hormones. They putting hormones and all this different stuff in it. That was one of the reasons why I was willing to just be a pescatarian. So you can take this with a grain of salt. Some people may, want to follow. Some people may not. What I have chose to do, because y'all know I was going back to being a flexitarian fully. I've been that for years up until like 2 years ago. Then I wasn't a flexitarian no more. But I've been one for a long time. And I only did seafood, chicken, and turkey. Well, now because of the cost of everything, because of what's being put in a lot of this stuff, I want to do a flexitarian only one day out of the week, and that's on Fridays. And the only reason why it will be flexitarian is because I want to have chicken. And the only reason why I want us to have chicken is because if something happens and I have to rely on my backyard, I'm going to say that, then it ain't like it's now foreign to my body because I hadn't had it for so long. But the other 6 days out of the week, I want to follow pescatarian. Like I said, I can still have the chicken eggs. I can still have honey. And I can still have dairy, which y'all know I don't do a lot of dairy. Only on Fridays we'll follow the flexitarian, which it will still be the same thing, but chicken will be included. Now, will that help with our budget? Yup, that'll help. That's just going to require me, require me to learn, for one, where you can get your protein from other than meat. And how much protein we actually need a day. A lot of people feel like we need so much of this and so much of that. And we actually don't. We talked about that the other day. We actually don't need a whole lot of that. And I feel like that's another way of being simple. I don't have to buy turkey. I don't have to buy pork. I don't have to buy beef. If I stick to that, that'll cut costs. And also, if it gets to the point to where meat is not available, because y'all already know what's being put in the stores, the lab grown meat. If it gets to the point, which I'm pretty sure it is, you're going to be scared to buy meat out of the stores. You got to know how to be able to eat and still get the same protein that you will get from meat. So with that being said, if anybody wants to, feel like you can benefit from doing this, I say give it a try. I was going to do pescatarian for 6 weeks and let y'all see how we do it. Full pescatarian, no chicken, just seafood, fruit, vegetables, eggs, honey, and dairy. So that was going to be eliminating any turkey, any chicken, any beef, any pork. Okay. So I was thinking about doing that for just 6 weeks to see how my body will feel without the chicken. But then I think about I got quails. So that is still poultry. So that's why I said, and I would have them for emergencies only. Like there's no other choice. But I don't want my body not to be used to poultry. And then I have to rely on poultry. If that makes sense. So doing my list, if I stick to being the flexitarian, yep, it was me. I hear you now. Okay, North Carolina Gardener. So y'all, it's 27 people in here, and y'all mighty quiet. Okay, give me y'all input. What y'all think I should do? What do y'all think I should do, pescatarian? Because honestly, I feel like either way, this will be best. And then another thing, y'all see the title. What does it really mean? When we prepping and stuff like that, I understand a lot of people is not able to grow their own food. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I got fruit stuff out there, berries and stuff like that, but it's not producing the mass amount that I feel like it's not producing the mass amount of berries. Okay. So what do? When you go in the stores and stuff, we have to buy blueberry, strawberry, we have to buy produce or whatever. Mainly for me, it will be fruit. I really don't need to buy any vegetables. It will be fruit. So I'm like, you know what? What do that really mean? A lot of people say grow your own food, grow your own food. Yes, we need to be growing our own food, but that don't mean everything produce wise is going to provide us the mass amount that we would need, as if we had a whole farmland and hundreds of blueberry bushes or hundreds of blackberry bushes. It's only going to provide enough for a household, but in some cases not the mass amount depending on your situation. So when you go in the stores and you find things on sale, there is nothing wrong with getting it and preserving it. I'm going to end up having to do the same thing. Get blackberries, blueberries, and things like that when it's on sale and freeze them. Freeze them and create your own little stash. Unpopular truth, that is good for you, but some people don't have that option, and sometimes you can get down, you can get sick, or things can happen and you can't take care of that stuff. I'm talking from experience, okay? I'm talking from experience. I'm talking about how the weather is in my area. There's things that do happen. I don't care how much of an experienced gardener you are. Things happen. The weather, we just have to roll with the weather. Sometimes we don't produce what we want to produce, what the amount that we need to produce. And in my case, this is something I need to eat daily. Fruit and vegetables. Well, all of us should, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like large amount of fruits and vegetables daily. So don't let no one tell you, you need to be growing your own. If you're not able or you're not producing it, still look for those deals and stuff like that where you may just have to get it in. You may just have to get it and preserve it yourself. Wash it really good to try to get whatever could have been sprayed on it. Go to the farmers market, go to your local markets or whatever. There are still ways. There are still ways that we can do it. So that's what I mean about what does it really mean? Does it really mean that everybody got to? There's things we can squash, zucchini, those things like that grows in abundance if you do multiple plants. And the size of them, you can get so many meals out of 2 nice size zucchinis or squash or something like that. But when you're talking about berries and stuff, I mean a handful or a container of it, and you got 5 people in the house eating them, they gone very quickly. Because I know when I buy it out of Sam's Club, mainly out of Sam's Club lately, a thing of them, they don't last long when everybody is eating them. So in my case, my berries and stuff is not doing what they have done. They have not, and I think it's because I put everything in the ground. So now I'm caught trying to, I'm not getting the harvest that I would have from them. So now I gotta look at like, okay, until I can get them back in containers, because my ground is just not, I tried it, it's just not where it's at. So it seemed like everything is stunted. And that's why I went back to the containers because of that. So now I'm trying to figure out, and you know what, when I think about these names of stuff, vegetarian, pescatarian, and all that, I'm like, they put names on it, but actually you don't even have to label yourself as anything. But I guess to make it easier for people to understand, if you out and about and they try to offer you something, no, I'm a vegetarian or I'm vegan or something like that. Maybe, okay, now I can kind of see. That may be an easier way to say. But I'm trying to eliminate a lot of things keep it still healthy, but eliminate a lot of things that's just not needed. Pretty much, I want to, if I had it my way, it will only be fish and shellfish. So that would be pescatarian. It will only be that. But my gut is just telling me, hey, don't eliminate the chicken. Don't eliminate chicken but this is also my thing. With everything going on, what if, or I'm already scared to buy chicken, okay? I'm already scared to buy chicken. So I'm like, okay, with everything going on, and it comes to the point to, well, no, don't nobody want the chicken out. So what are we gonna eat then? You know, what are we're gonna be stuck eating rice, beans, with pretty much fruit and vegetables. Okay. So if that's the case, why wait until we're forced to do it instead of trying to figure it out now, you know? So I never know who I may help. If it's just one person, it could be people that's thinking about it, wanting to go the same route or whatever. I'm just stuck between, should I do it fully for 6 weeks and let y'all know my outcome of it? Or should I just be, should I just add chicken to it on one day out of a week? And then just do nothing but fish and seafood. I mean, fish and shellfish. I see PNG said vegetarian. I know you gonna say that, PNG, because you a vegetarian. But I don't know what Summer doing. But that's what I'm between. So what y'all think? Give me y'all input. What do y'all think? PNG, I already know yours. So give me y'all input. What do y'all think I should try? Just the seafood and the shellfish for at least 6 weeks? Or should I just be a combination of just be pescatarian for 6 days and a flexitarian for one? And that'll just be adding the because there's a lot of things I gotta cut out. I found out white sugar is not my friend. Well, we know white sugar is not good for none of us, but white sugar is giving me situations like it's not digesting with me well. So there's a lot of things got to be cut out. Not only would we be going through this, like I said before I got sick, that threw everything off. Before that happened, I was already saying no drinks or sodas, whatever you call them, none of those. I have the juicer that I have not used yet, so I can make our own juice or whatever, and water. You know, I feel like it's very important. Well, being that you have poultry in your backyard, I would say chicken once a week. But let me cry. That's what I was thinking. I don't eat mostly ground turkey. I don't eat ground turkey on Fridays when I cook tacos. I don't eat much meat. The rest of the week, I eat fresh vegetables and fruits. I substitute peanut butter, beans, eggs, etc. for protein. Okay, Cynthia, that's what I think I'm gonna do. Belinda and Cynthia, I think I'm just gonna do. So you do ground turkey when you're doing tacos. So you know what I would do? Flake. I want to write it down like this. So I'm gonna have Sunday. Let's see. Sunday, because I'm a visual person. See, I can't say stay too long, but wanted to leave a comment. And he like, thank you, the Roman prepper. I appreciate it. And like I say, my kids is on board, especially Kylie, because Kylie wants to be a vegetarian. She don't want meat at all. All right, so Fridays, I'm gonna put flexitarian. And that's just gonna be incorporating chicken because I got chicken. That's what that's gonna be. So Sunday, every other day is gonna be pescatarian days. Okay. So if I go somewhere, which I don't really go nowhere. You never heard of a flexitarian? Look up flexitarian. Flexitarian allows you to have meat on occasions. But it is a thing. So I'm gonna do pescatarian. And what I like about pescatarian is the fact that I can still have eggs. So since I have chickens, I can still have eggs. I can have honey and dairy. Okay. And another thing that got me with the shellfish, y'all, because them crab legs that I had showed y'all, I thought they wasn't gonna work for me. But guess what? I had a good outcome because I told you I had been struggling with how it was doing. I didn't know. But that was the first time me having them since the gallbladder been removed, and I had no problem. So yes, I'm slowly becoming a pescatarian. Okay, Natasha Kemp. That's what I was talking about. Okay. No, I'm saying, would pescatarian include scallops and shellfish or only fish? It says the Roman prepper, it say pescatarian is fish and shellfish. They won't eat no other meat, only fish and shellfish. Let me see where I'm at. Belinda said, I think I should try that MGL. I really want to do it. And like I said, I had chicken this morning before I even decided. But you know what? A lot of time we'd be like, oh, we had chicken, this, that, and the other. And I'm not going to wait until, the weekend or nothing like that. I'm going to start it first thing in the morning. It's already 3:41 and I got a chicken in there that needs to be, 8. So, ask the kids, like I say, and I think I think it'll help us with our prepping. Cause even if I do flexitarian on one day, y'all, that'll be when I go to stock up for the prepping stuff. That's just canned chicken. Now, that was an issue. Mackerel. I love salmon croquettes, but I was having indigestion. So I figured out a lot of things with me and having GERD and how my body do. When I get stuff out of the can, I need to wash it. I need to get it out of what it's being preserved in and wash it. So when I do my salmon croquettes, I will just pour it out of the can into a strainer, wash it really good, get all that citric acid and stuff that they preserve it, that sodium and all that, try to get it to its natural form as much as possible, and then continue on with making the croquettes or whatever. Because if I open salmon croquettes out of the can and just start, I get indigestion. So I'm looking at things that may be on sale. I know I need to do a lot of mackerel or salmon. If I do canned chicken, it'll be canned chicken. But see, knowing that I only do chicken once a week will make our preps last longer, because honestly, we don't need all of that stuff every single day. And so I feel like our bodies would do a lot being more natural on fruits and vegetables, and then having that stuff in moderation. That way we can, save money all the way around. So Sunday through Thursday, well, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday is pescatarian. That's just what it is. Friday's flexitarian. Okay, but I know flexitarian will be, if I do tacos, it'll be chicken tacos. It will be, because let me tell y'all, turkey. When I was a flexitarian for about 10 years, up until 2020. And like I say, I did no red meat, because with my anxiety issues, red meat is not good. Sugary things is not good. With my GERD issues, red meat is not good. Sugary things is not good. And now that I don't have a gallbladder, red meat, sugary things, a whole lot of stuff is not good. So I really have to be careful. I really have to be careful. And another thing that I look at too with the gallbladder situation, I have 2 girls. And a lot of women have issues with their gallbladder. And I'm not saying this will ever happen, but my mom don't have a gallbladder. Now I don't. And sometimes they say it can be genetics. So I have to kind of discern, I guess use discernment. And Kylie ain't got to worry about it. Now, they can eat healthy all day and still in life of God say the same, still have an issue. But I want them to make sure that they don't have to be forced to eat right. Some people just won't eat right no matter what. They like, I'm living like this, that, and other. The Roman purpose and my wife and daughter both had the gallbladder removed. See, yeah. And when I was doing my research, it say it can be hereditary. Nobody else in my family that I know of had to have it removed. But like I say, since my mama had to have hers removed, I don't think it was giving her issues. It was just salt, and she just had a good doctor that went on and removed it. But we don't know if it was or not, whatever. But then I come along and I had, issues and the way it went out and all that stuff. I want to make sure that I'm feeding them as healthy as I can, So I've got to go back to work, y'all. Be safe and careful. Keep being smart. Make every dollar count. Blessings to y'all. Thank you so much, the Roman Prepper. Enjoy your day and stay safe, okay? Oh, let me go over here. I missed some of y'all comments. I don't eat shellfish, but I do eat fish. Okay, Belinda Carr. Got you. Okay, so seafood generally, but maybe not the probably not. I don't know. PNG in the room. Hey Tiki Lynn. Hey Alicia. We made Cajun crawfish fettuccine, yum, but will make you pass out. LOL. Too heavy. Oh, it was too heavy. Yeah, see, I cannot have nothing heavy. I don't like how it do me. Like, even before the gallbladder issue, I can't, with GERD, my body just can't process a lot at one time like that. Never been able to. Even though I done pushed the limits and I paid for it. But yeah, that's a good idea. Exactly. And I think that's what was messing with me when I would like open the salmon, like the salmon or the mackerel or something, and I would make it the way, and I would get indigestion like crazy. And I thought it was the onions, and it wasn't, because I put onions in my vegetables and don't have no problem. So I know what a lot of stuff bought out the stores, that citric acid and stuff like that, it does not. I get the sneezing, I get fatigue, it will give me indigestion, it just be bad. So I'm gonna start washing my stuff off. So that tells me that salmon and stuff would be, a good choice. A lot of things is pretty much is taking out, and y'all know pork and stuff is greasy, it's fatty, it's just the type of meat. But red meat and GERD and red meat and anxiety is a no-no. Also, when I was a flexitarian for all those years, I also did something where I tried to eat for my blood type. That's another thing. Our blood type is our body makeup. Okay? Our blood type is our body makeup. It's part of our body makeup. And when there is things we eat that our blood type is not, is like, it can't digest it, it can't process it. So anybody that's looking, if you know your blood type, you can look up eat for your blood type. If you're O, in the O family like I am, you can type in what to eat if your blood type O, whether it's positive or negative. If you're in the O family, if you're A family, AB family, or whatever, look that up and you'll be surprised, because the O family is known to have digestive issues. Okay, so pretty much it's being healthy, because my daughter is A. She in the A family. So when you look at the whole thing, it's being healthy, it's eating healthy. We got common sense to know what's healthy for us and what's not. We know all these drinks and stuff that we eat and things like that is not healthy. Like I'm gonna finish off me I'm just gonna be honest with you, because I'm gonna start first thing tomorrow. So I need to go ahead and finish off a Sprite Legacy and that chicken and them things in there that I know I should not have, but I'd rather go ahead and eat it now because I don't want it to be waste. I don't want to be wasteful. But tomorrow is, I gotta do this. And it's not gonna be hard. But y'all will see it in some of the vlogs, because I'm gonna show you what I'm eating. I mean, it's a vlog, so this all go hands in hands with us prepping. I constantly say, do not have a lot of overly processed stuff in your prepper's pantry. It's not good. In an emergency situation, you do not want to be full of sugar and sodium and processed, and we don't even know what's in the stuff. Like, no, so if you got a lot of stuff in there, don't throw it away. Look at what you're putting in now, because if you put in a lot of healthy stuff, then you can do it in moderation. I'm not telling nobody to go throw away a lot of their stuff that they got prepped up already. I'm saying add a lot of healthy stuff. So if we're in an emergency situation and we're using off our preps, we could say, okay, this day we're going to eat chili out the can over some rice or something. But the next day, you may have a lot of vegetables and this, that. Because I see a lot, I'm not knocking nobody, but I see I've seen over the years, a lot of prepping videos where they show their prep stockpile. That's another thing. I have known how to can in different ways for years. Everybody do it differently. But I got common sense to know what I see. Now they have low sodium, low sugar recipes for canning. That wasn't always the case. I don't care. I don't hear people talking about this. Back then, the old way, and I'm 36, okay, but I'm talking about, because I'm an old soul. I've been dealing with doing this stuff in my 20s, okay, early 20s. It's just the way I was raised. The old way of canning was using a lot of sodium and a lot of sugar to preserve, depending on what it was. That was almost as worse as some of the stuff we buy out of the cans. Now you have the ball book for preserving and stuff like that. They have low sodium, low sugar recipes for canning. So you have to be careful on, even when you're doing that. Yes, you're preserving, but at the end of the day, you still putting a lot of sugar that you purchased, that's been manufactured in whatever type of way. You're still putting that in there for your stuff to be preserved, and this, that, and the other. Along with a lot of the prepping videos I saw, has been a lot of, like, the stockpile stuff over the years. There's been a lot of stuff that people have canned and they've used regular recipes. So you got to look at how much sodium and stuff is in there. I used to use some of those same regular recipes when I was doing a lot of canning. And even when it comes down to jams and jellies and stuff, oh my goodness. The amount of sugar that goes in a batch is a lot. The amount of sugar that goes in your pickling things, which is a lot. I mean, not sugar, a lot of salt. The amount of salt that goes into a lot of the pickling recipes. If you like me, I like a lot of pickle stuff. It's ridiculous, because the vinegar gonna do most of the preserving, and you adding so much salt in the vinegar. It's just, the vinegar got so many in itself. It's just not really needed for that. But if you know you're using a lot of it, so you already have processed, canning is still processed. It's so you got to be careful what you putting in it to process it, how much you put in it. It is still processed. It's processed so it can last long. It's preserved, so it is still processed. Then you look at, I've seen so many where not hardly no vegetables, no vegetables. Everything is Chef Boyardee. Everything is chili. Everything is like, y'all done saw these, because I saw somebody had a lot of the complete, those, you put them in the microwave. They say complete meals or whatever. Is they made by Dan? I think Dan Moore or something like that is one brand, but they complete. They don't have to be refrigerated or anything like that. But you heat them up. Those things got so much sodium in it. I see ramen noodles. Y'all know for a long time I wouldn't even buy no noodles. But I got recipes that can make them pretty healthy without using that packet. But all I'm saying is I'm not knocking nobody. I only can say what I see. And that's why I'm trying to be cautious. I had bought a lot of processed stuff, if y'all remember, um, for the pancreas, and we literally ate that stuff down and felt horrible while we was doing it. Let me just tell you, all that, if y'all been following me for a while, the macaroni and cheese cups, all that stuff, we ate it down because I don't want to be wasteful, but we felt horrible. Like, just yes. So just keep that in mind when you buying this type of stuff. Make sure you buying things that can offset and you don't have to sit, because there's some people right now got, I mean, major pantries. I mean, amazing food prepping stockpiles, emergency stockpiles. They are great. I commend them, you know. But when I look at it, it's like, dang, if something happened, every meal you have is gonna be high in sodium and sugar. And I don't want that for y'all, okay? And we have to stick to buying different types of noodles, canned vegetables. Y'all know I buy a lot of them that's no sodium, because you can always add how much sodium you want in it. I try to buy no sodium, but I do got some that's not no sodium, but it's fine. Vegetables. You can make so many different things with vegetables and noodles. And maybe like we're talking about the canned chicken. When I buy canned chicken now, I have to wash the chicken off. Wash the other contents that's in that can, that was in that can, preserving that chicken off, because my body cannot digest it. Natasha said, I didn't think about blood type. Yes, you'll be amazed what you find out about the things you should not have, because of your blood type. And I know what issues I have, which I've shared with y'all. I don't have no shame. I have the anxiety, I have the depression. um I've been medicated for years, ever since I was a child. I had to go to therapy, all that, and I'm still struggling with it, but it's better. But a lot of things that I found out is what I eat. As a child, they weren't telling my grandma what I eat. They were just giving medication, medication, medication. They didn't go back and look at some other things that they didn't catch at birth that, kind of put me into that anxiety realm. For as one part of mine is my cells on one side of my brain is not like the other side. They found that out years later. So I'm chemically imbalanced, okay? And there's some other things I will not go into. Not that bad, but it's just like, things. Um, it's just different little things like that I guess as a baby they didn't catch, okay? Nothing major, but it messes with you mentally. I have the GERD. I've talked to y'all about that. Um, and that's been since a child. So I know all these things, and I know how to try to help myself when it comes to that. And those things are all can be hereditary too, because my oldest daughter has anxiety. It's been confirmed by doctors about her having anxiety. So, um, it is what it is. So, what can I do is I can try to help myself by eating the way I know I should be eating. So I'm not going to stock up on a lot of stuff that I can't eat or they can't eat or whatever the case may be. Cynthia says, so true. Hey, Diane Harris. Some of y'all came in and I didn't even say, oh, wait. I try to get y'all comments. Oh, say heavy. Okay. Unpopular truth. Appreciate you, MGL. Thank you. Deborah Theodore. Hey, honey bun. Roman Prepper said that is a good idea. The preservatives at least are very salt heavy. Exactly. Yes, they are. Do you prefer canned or frozen fish fillets? Wait a minute. Canned or frozen fish fillets? Okay, first of all, when you say canned, are you talking about like sardines or something? Because, honey, I didn't know. That's all like little fish fillets I know. And let me tell y'all, sardines, I love sardines. But they give me indigestion instantly. And I think I'm going to have to start washing those off. I don't know how that's going to go. Because I like the little oil in the sardines and stuff. But you know what? I ain't tried no sardines since this gallbladder been removed. Because I found out that was doing a lot. So you know what? I may try to see. But the frozen fish fillets, I like those. Fillets, whatever y'all call them. But I like those if they're not breaded or nothing. You know, just the fresh ones. Yeah, I'll do those. I like the fresh ones better than I do the canned ones. If there's another type of can one you're talking about, let me know, honey. Let me know. I will try that with the mackerel. Never thought of that. Yes, Belinda Carp. Wash it off. Wash everything off. The Roman Prepper said, I've been in the chat 5 minutes and learned several new things already. Thank you. You're welcome, honey bun. You're welcome. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Erica Taylor said, everyone driving but listening. Thank you so much, honey. Okay, I read about the gallbladder. I had skipped down and saw certain things. Yes, eat only what your body can tolerate. Yes, Cynthia. I've got it. Okay, I read that. Okay. Shellfish does numbers on my stomach, so I no longer eat it. Wow. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Diane Harry. But I read that. We Hours podcast. What's up, Mississippi girl? Nope. What's up, Mississippi? Checking on you. Hey. This ain't no promo. This just me being a sis to my Mississippi fam. Hope all is well. Peace, blessings to all who see this. Okay, We Hours. Thank you. Dietary said those with chronic illness, autoimmune disease needs to eat differently too. Yes, Deborah Theodore. Yes. So, like I say, not knocking nobody. I'm just, just saying what I feel, because we all in this together. Because this is what I say. Just like when that stuff happened 2020, it didn't affect just one area of the world or one group of people, one nationality, and none of that. It affects us all, no matter what your status is. You rich, you poor, no matter what your color is. None of that. It affects all of us. So if something happens, no matter how much money you have, you'll probably have to suffer just like everybody else, because if the food and stuff is not available or not good enough for us to digest and consume as human beings, then it's going to affect all of us, not just one group. So wherever I can put my little 2 cents in, 1 cent, whatever, it's probably more like 1 cent to a lot of people. But wherever I can put it in and just give my little advice or whatever, then I will, because if it helps one person, that's one person that will help. Plus, y'all be teaching me stuff. So I'm not above learning nothing, because it's a lot I don't know. So it's a lot we don't know. That's part of living. We live and we learn. So let's see. Nancy Jay said hi. Girl, what's up? Hope you had a great 4th. Good to see. I'm Nancy from Jacksonville, Florida. Hugs, blessings to you and family. Love you, girl. Thank you so much. Love you too, honey bun. And thank you. All is well. All is well. So yeah, y'all. So this is the outcome. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, pescatarians. Friday, flexitarians. And Saturday, back to being a pescatarian. Okay. So when I'm doing my vlogs and stuff, when it's lunchtime, breakfast, when it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, y'all will see what's being ate. Okay. I may not do a lot of cooking or anything like that on there because I feel like y'all just probably don't want to see that. So I can at least show you what the outcome would be. It just depends on the mood or whatever. But I understand with me doing the pescatarian, it's going to be a lot of fruit and vegetable plant based. Okay. So flexitarian, yeah, that's just for the chicken. Just adding the chicken in once a week. Um, and I have to really be on point with doing a lot of vegetables and stuff because I have a child that has low iron. So I said it right. Because y'all being into myself, why you saying iron? Because that's the way I say it. Sometimes I be trying to think about before I say the words. Y'all, that'd be hard. But it came out right that time. I ain't gonna say it's gonna always come out right because I say earn. That's the way I was taught to say it. That's the way I say it. So if I had somebody say, "What did you say? I didn't understand that." Are you saying iron? And I'm like, wow, okay. It's the same thing, just pronounced different in my book. Thank you, PNG, for putting my Cash App information in the chat. I appreciate it, sir. Nancy say I have chronic pain and CFS. What I've been diagnosed with is having what's called fibromyalgia, chronic muscular skeleton illness. Oh, okay. And I'm bipolar depression, illness, and PTSD, anxiety disorder. And I'm not a doctor or physician or nothing, but honey, you have to eat extremely healthy. You have to, with all that, you have to eat extremely healthy. And like when I said, a lot of things wasn't caught at birth. I don't want nobody to be like, oh, what's really, when I say that, I mean, with my digestive system, and the anxiety. That's what I'm talking about. Things like that. So, that's something I won't never be able to shake. Okay. So in life, as we get older, then other things come up and other things come up. So if we can try to help ourselves with, like I keep saying, what we put in our mouth, then that will be plus. Now, before the gallbladder situation, y'all, that threw me off because, like I said, it was just unexpected. I had already started saying I was going to go back to being flexitarian, but y'all, it was a lot of stress because I went trying to make sure I didn't ever have to have no surgery or nothing. Saying, oh, I don't never want to attack. I don't never want to attack. Watching everything I eat, y'all, and what got me is the fact that what I was looking for to happened in a whole different way. Just chronically. Just, it's just like I ain't have time to say, oh, okay, let me go to the doctor and then we gonna plan a day to have this done now. And it taught me a lesson. Things happen unexpectedly. And now, though, I'm gonna be honest, I'm so happy that not just because of I don't have to watch. Oh, I don't want to eat no peanut butter because I don't want to mess up this gallbladder. And I don't want because I ain't ready to have no surgery. That's what I was thinking. I ain't want to eat this. Nothing that was fattening. I ain't want to eat this because I was so scared that I ain't want no ice cream no more. Even though I was like every time I would eat a cone of ice cream, I'm like, is this gonna be the day that I'm gonna have a gallbladder attack? And was having them the whole time since 2020 and didn't even know that that's what it was until it just wouldn't stop at all. So I'm like, now I can actually eat things that's healthy that may in other terms probably would bother somebody that has an issue with it. I can eat things now and don't even have to worry about that. So I count that as a blessing too, because there's things I can do. And then since not having it, there's things I'm able to digest because I was like, you know what? I would literally be a full vegan if I could have tomatoes and I could have onions and I can have garlic and I can have that. Well, guess what, y'all? I've been adding that stuff in my little stuff and ain't even been having no issues. And I do believe it's because that gallbladder was doing, my body was in so much stress that I didn't know about just with having that freaking organ there and didn't even know. And now it's just like, it's no excuse. Like I told y'all, somebody that had the procedure done similar to what happened to me, it was, it wasn't planned or nothing. She said she looks at it as if it's a second chance at life, because I know I've been eating bad since the surgery, and I've explained that to y'all because I was trying to play catch up. I needed to play catch up because y'all, yeah. So now it's like, okay, catch up time is over, play time is over. It's time to like really, really get down with it. So I will literally show y'all, and I hope it helps and motivates somebody to, maybe you see something that I make and you like it. I'm going for things that's light. I don't want to eat nothing heavy that's gonna make me feel sleepy. If it's gonna, I'm somebody called me a busybody the other day and said you'll be back to your busybody self in no time. I didn't take that the wrong way or nothing. I know I'm a busybody. I know I'm always, always, always doing something. But that's another reason, trying to tend to the garden and stuff. I can't eat food that when I get through, my whole body is doing this right here. Or my mental is not thrown off. Because let me tell y'all, gut health messes. If you don't have good gut health, your mental health is not there. If you don't believe me, do your own research. Ask your doctors. If you don't have good gut health, your mental is not there. Your gut health plays off your mental health. Your mental health plays off your gut health. Now, I'm telling you, I've been dealing with this since a child. Yeah. So anything that I eat, and this is the thing, you can eat a lot of good food that's healthy. You can eat a lot of good food that's healthy. You can eat a lot of a healthy food, okay? Then you can of that greasy, fatty meals that they make taste so good but hurting our bodies. And once you slump down, you got the itis, or in my case, I get up and my whole body is thrown off. I can't hardly think right. I'm anxious, I'm nervous, I'm jittery. If it didn't do right now, I'm having all type of other issues. It's just a mess, and I don't want to do that. I see you say they are poisoning the food. Mm-hmm. For the love of garden, have you tried sea moss? No, I've not. I think somebody else had asked me that too. I have not tried sea moss. Mm-mm. But thank you for reminding me, y'all, because I eat seaweed. Now I know they different, but y'all, I think it's a Dollar Tree. Is it Dollar Tree? I had got some sea salt seaweed from Dollar Tree. Oh my goodness. That's why it's important to prepare and enjoy your own cooking and creations. Be creative to survive. Yep, I see you. You're so right. So, yeah, y'all. So, I'm excited about this. We went from doing flexitarian to to pescatarians, okay? So, hopefully I'm looking for this to save money, keep me from having to depend on a lot of stuff in the stores. This thing, I ain't got to worry about buying no turkey no more. I never been big on pork and stuff, but for the past couple weeks, I had been on them Sam's Club ribs because they was good, and I hadn't been able to eat pork in such a long time. So now I don't have to worry about none of this stuff. When I go to the grocery store, God's will, if it ain't chicken or seafood, then I see you. I know that ground meat, man. Look, y'all. That's why I stopped with ground turkey. It don't taste the same. Let me tell you, the kids had a McDouble the other day, and my son, he eats fast, and he don't hardly complain. about food. That boy said that McDouble, he said the meat was grainy, like, and it was tough. Come on now. Really? Kylie said the same thing. All the kids said just something wasn't right about the meat. And I know when I done bought ground turkey, because that's the go-to, I don't buy ground beef. When I buy ground turkey, it's even when you cook it, like, you got to cook that with oil. I use olive oil. I've cooked it for years, never had this issue. Now it's like big lumps. No matter how much you grind it down or whatever to get it into that like taco status or whatever, it's so tough and it's just something ain't right. And after they want to give people lab grown meat, I don't know what's grind up in it. So I see you. I'm right with you with the no ground meat. With the no ground meat. And that's another reason why I was gonna go straight full pescatarian, is because I didn't want to deal with the chicken. Because the chicken in the stove, the raw chicken, it is, you can tell it's pumped up with something. Because all these chickens and stuff that's been lost, the things that happened to because of bird flu and all that stuff, they show putting out a lot of chicken and very quickly. And it's like, why the chicken so big? Why this supposed to be like a little Cornish hen and they used to be very, very small? Why they all plumped up almost to make you buy it? And I'm like, and I love to say no hormones been at. Why the ones that didn't used to say it now say no hormones? And the brand that normally would say no hormones. That just make me feel like you put hormones in it when you're trying to, because it don't look right. And then when you cook, I don't know about y'all, but when I cook chicken now, like raw chicken from the stove, like boiling or whatever, it's still tough. Like, how in the world do I boil this chicken for an hour and a half? Drumsticks, okay? We call them legs, but drumsticks. Why is it still tough after boiling on high heat for an hour and a half? And it's like right where the gristle part will come off with no problem. But the meat itself, the consistency, that's why I was going to just leave chicken alone. But like I said, I don't want to, because if I have to fall back on what I have, I don't want my body just like completely not used to it or whatever. They're going to. Oh, wow. Some of the restaurant foods just don't taste right anymore, as well as some of the store foods. And this is since the Cynthia, I'm right with you, honey. I'm right with you. And it seems like to me it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Like, mm-mm. So y'all expect in the vlogs, it'll still be like different things. Like, I had already bought like chickpeas and stuff like that. Yeah, I ain't never ate a chickpea, but hey, it is what it is. So, did that vlog go up? The one where I bought the butter beans from Dollar Tree, because I told you we've been having an issue with beans for years. Guess what? I think them kids will get me. Them children will get me, because when I said it in that live, I said, I hope y'all ain't been saying y'all was having issues just to keep from eating them. They faced, I'm like, I believe they was getting me. Now, I know I used to have an issue with them, but did nobody have no issues with them butter beans? So it's on and popping. Pinto beans, butter beans, all that, lima beans. Y'all can't hear them. Then they're like, ugh. I think they was getting me. So all those things, going back to the way we was eating growing up and trying to make sure that I can stock up on the right things, okay? But y'all, it is 4:18 here. Let me see. Say yes. I'm plant-based and love it. Oh, for the love of a garden, you plant-based. Okay, so I don't know how long you was in here, but I'm trying. Cynthia said I seen their faces. They were lying. That's what it was. They was lying, because they knew if they told me it was hurting their stomach or something, they weren't gonna eat it, because I knew they had GERD. They was lying. I think one of them said caught. So all these years they done got by with just eating like green beans and sweet peas because I thought pinto beans and stuff. No. No, you're not eating no sugar and no beans. Bill Gates lab grown meat has been FDA approved. Yes, I saw that, Belinda, and it's in stores on the West Coast. Shonda Davis said, more grace. I seen new name brands of meat at Publix. It didn't look right. Exactly. My best recipe is fried sardines and olive oil. You fry your sardines just like you cooking fish, and it's so any green, and then you have it with rice. It's so good. And oh wow, I've never had fried sardines. That do sound good though. It really, really does. So y'all, it is 4:19 here, and I need to go ahead and feed these kids. But starting tomorrow will be, see guys, tomorrow Friday. Oh man, I wanted to like start the I wanted it to be a pescetarian day, but the recipes and stuff will be, like I say, not really recipes. I'll share with y'all what I'm eating each day in the vlogs, okay? And we're gonna get this health situation under control, because like I say, part of prepping and being prepared is you still got to take care of yourself. You still got to make sure you're eating right, okay? So check, if you know your blood type, check eating for your blood type. And just do an overview of things. You know, if you got high blood pressure, diabetes, and stuff like that, just look at your food stock up and see if you have more bad stuff than good stuff, and how you can go around it. Like I told you, with the salmon and stuff, that stuff bothers me. I always have out the can, so I'm just gonna wash it out. Like when I get out the can, wash a lot of the stuff off. So just kind of figure out what would be best for you and your situation as much as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, y'all. Go ahead and get off of here, and I'll see y'all in the next one. If it's God's will, thank y'all for coming in. I really, really, really appreciate it. Bye.